Joanna Hogg released her first feature film, Unrelated, in 2007. It follows Anna, a 40-something woman who joins an old friend, Verena, and her family on a Tuscan villa holiday, where she hangs out with the younger crowd and lusts after the slightly slimy Oakley, played by Tom Hiddleston in his debut film role. Despite this being her first feature, Hogg's signature style is already well established. The story mostly unfolds through static wide shots, looking out over the sun-drenched Italian countryside or a dinner table bathed in candlelight. The power of Hogg's approach is displayed in the pivotal scene where Oakley and his father have a huge argument. But rather than show us, Hogg focuses on the family listening from the poolside, primarily in this master shot. It's a fairly flat, wide shot, cleverly blocked to isolate Anna from the rest of the family, standing in the background. With no camera movement or lighting trickery, and only a slightly muffled but clearly very angry dialogue to listen to, our attention is drawn to what Anna, Verena, and her family are feeling. This is conveyed through facial expression and body language. Verena's frowning, Jack's aimless paddling, and Anna standing awkwardly. When Oakley storms off, the kids follow, and his father jumps into the pool without saying a word. Archipelago, Hogg's second feature, concerns another family holiday gone wrong, this time in the slightly colder climes of Tresco in the Scilly Isles. Hiddleston's Edward attends a holiday organised by his mum, Patricia, and sister, Cynthia, as a send-off before he travels to Africa for volunteer work. His father, seemingly estranged from the family, is apparently coming but never arrives. At the edge of all this is painter Christopher, hired to tutor Patricia, and cook Rose, who's hired to cater for the group. These characters are played by non-professional actors, both drawing on their experience to add realism to the role.
Well, they don't mind where we sit. So, what do you think? Nice, isn't it?
You're so good at this, Cynthia.
Do you sit here?
In a pivotal scene, the family arrives at an empty restaurant with Christopher and Rose in tow, and take forever to decide where to sit. After finding a suitable spot, they receive their starters, and Cynthia is livid that her guinea fowl is undercooked.
Thank you. This isn't done properly. No, it's already pink.
Really?
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that.
I did mention that Hogg's films are all about upper middle class problems, right?
Wait for 25 minutes and then... Look.
The scene is a great example of the benefits of improvisation and non-professional casting. Lydia Leonard, playing Cynthia, ratchets up the tension by repeatedly asking other people at the table to join in complaining. A beautifully observed and distinctly British scenario that will make you squirm in your seat. Rose, the professional cook who's eating the same dish, quietly says hers is fine. Cynthia's repeated refrain of
That's actually quite dangerous to eat it like that, isn't it?
finally gets the head chef over, who gently informs her that guinea fowl is typically served pink. Devastating, for Cynthia at least, and all the more astonishing considering that the whole delicate psychological operation of the scene is improvised. Hogg's third film, Exhibition, explores the life of two artists as they sell their modernist house. D, played by punk icon Viv Albertine, and H, played by artist Liam Gillick. Here, Hogg's use of location to infer something about her characters really comes to the fore. In Unrelated, the sunny Tuscan landscape sets the scene for a summer romance, or not. In Archipelago, empty, windswept Tresco is a fitting metaphor for the withered relationships and withheld affections of Edward and family. In Exhibition, this is cranked up a notch, as the plot revolves around the two leads realising the extent to which the success of their marriage is tied up in the shared ownership of their gorgeous home. As a result, the sale of it is torturous, including a few excruciating scenes with a duo of estate agents, Hiddleston again, and also Harry Kershaw from Unrelated.
I have to say, I've always wanted to get inside this house. Yeah, exactly.
In one sequence early in the film, H leaves the house for a while and D goes from room to room, checking on them and experiencing them in her own way, opening and closing all the cupboards in the bedroom with care and attention. It's a vivid and moving exploration of the love that can go into building a home. The Souvenir represents a significant increase in profile for Hogg, starring Tilda Swinton, a bona fide movie star who last worked with Hogg on a short film in 1986. It's also her first major American release, bringing her work to a whole new audience of film lovers, no doubt due to executive producer Martin Scorsese's involvement. The Souvenir, with its period setting, full soundtrack, and mostly professional cast, may seem like a departure from Hogg's previous work. But Hogg again uses improvisation and static long takes to tell this partly autobiographical story of a young student's affair with an older man and her strained relationship with her mother in a way that immerses the viewer in an impeccably observed world of subtle emotion.